Hi there, and welcome to week one of our Human Behavior and the Social Environment course here at Widener University. Dr. Eileen McCabe-Moucher here with you to review the learning resources that you're going to be utilizing for week one. So the first thing that you want to do is to read about all of the objectives and topics for this week. You want to make sure that you're watching the video in regard to the multidimensional foundation of social work practice. You also want to make sure that you access the readings as well as the video for the person and environment, the social context, and then carefully watch this Foundations of Social Work PowerPoint. So after you've watched all the videos and done all of the readings, you want to come down and click on our week one discussion board post, that very first one, which is an icebreaker. So it's just a nice way for us all get to know each other a little bit better. So in order for us to get to know one another, I would like each of you to record and upload a video introduction. So your introduction should be approximately 1 to 2 minutes long and should include the following. Why at this point in your life cycle have you decided to pursue a master's degree in social work? You want to remember to speak slowly and clearly so that we can understand you. And I look forward to meeting all of you. You want to make sure that you watch this video. It goes through step by step how to record a video using the free Screencast-O-Matic tool, and then how to upload your video to YouTube and post a link to your YouTube video directly into the Icebreaker forum. You also want to make sure that you're following up with at least one of your classmates, preferably someone who doesn't have responses yet. So in your response post, you want to discuss shared interest or maybe shared anxieties that you see among your classmates. So your initial post is due on Thursday by 11:59 p.m. and your follow-up response post is due between Friday with a final deadline of Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So our second discussion board post this week here in week one involves using frameworks in social work. So the very first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you're carefully reading this Widener social work shared case, which you can access by clicking on the blue link here. So this has all kinds of information that you're going to need to carefully peruse about our client Anita. So after you finish reading all of the information about Anita, you want to complete both of the following parts of our discussion board post. So from the readings, PowerPoints, and videos that you've perused this week under Learning Resources, you want to describe the person and environment, the biopsychosocial, and trauma-informed frameworks that are used in social work practice. You also want to make sure that you're discussing how these frameworks are useful in looking at working with Anita, Anthony, and Ashley from our shared case. So you're going to be posting your answers to the above questions as a reply to the original posting that I already made here on our discussion board. So this forum is set up in a very special question and answer forum, which means that you're only able to reply to your instructor's post and not create a brand new post. So for this particular discussion board post, you're encouraged, but you're absolutely not required to respond to any of your peers in the discussion board. So for our third and final week one discussion board post, you're going to be doing an annotated bibliography practice. So this activity and forum will help prepare you to write your older adult annotated bibliography, which is due in week 5 of our course. So you want to make sure that you watch this video in regard to finding library resources and complete each of the following steps below here. So step 1, you want to access Widener's library electronic database to find an article related to any topic, issue of interest within human behavior. So don't overthink this one. The topic is completely up to you, and the article will only be used to complete this practice activity. You want to make sure that the article that you find meets all of the following criteria. It must come from a peer-reviewed journal that is related to social work. It also must be less than 10 years old, and it also must be at least 10 pages in length. So for directions on how to access Widener's Library's electronic database, you want to make sure that you watch this video here. It's very helpful. For step 2, you want to click on this link entitled Build an Annotated Bib and watch the presentation on creating annotated bibliographies. So you can navigate around this presentation by clicking on the links on the left-hand side menu. In addition, I'd like you to read through this short overview of the differences between an annotated bibliography and a literature review. This is going to be really helpful, not only for this assignment, again, but also for the annotated bibliography that you have to complete by week 5 of our course here. So step 3, you want to combine everything that you've just done. You want to take the article that you found in Widener's Library electronic database and actually write an annotated bibliography for it. So for your article, you want to write one paragraph summarizing the main points of the article in your own words. Then you want to write a second paragraph critiquing the article. So for example, what were the author's conclusions and were they biased? Why or why not? So you want to keep in mind what you learned from the Build an Annotated Bib presentation and the overview of differences between an annotated bibliography and a literature review. For step 4, which is the final step here, for your initial post, you want to complete both of the following parts. You want to post your annotated bibliography as your initial post, and then you want to make sure that you're describing any issues that you encounter. Did you find this process easy or difficult? Maybe a little bit of both. What did you learn that surprised you? Did you feel more prepared to complete your annotated bibliography after completing this assignment? So you want to make sure that you're following up with at least one classmate, preferably a classmate who doesn't have responses yet. You want to make sure that you're providing constructive, respectful, hopefully supportive feedback on their annotated bibliography. What suggestions can you offer them? How does their experience with completing this activity resonate with your own experience? So your initial post is due on Thursday and your follow-up response to your colleague is due between Friday and Sunday. So that concludes the assignments for week 1. I hope you have a peaceful and productive week, and please make sure that you reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. You're remembering that I want you to be successful in the course.